Today we will go over 3 out of 6 ways that I like to enter on the manipulation candle in CRT, or in the 3 candle model, how you enter on the second candle. I've talked about CRT in the past. I made a small video on it. Today we will go in depth, in detail on the 3 ways out of 6 that I have on how you can enter on the manipulation candle. Everyone knows how you choose the proper CRT. If you don't, go and watch my previous video on it where I explain how you choose the proper CRT. But the hard part is entering on the manipulation candle, or entering on the soup, entering on the turtle soup. A lot of people can enter on the third candle, but not a lot can enter on the manipulation candle. The first is the easiest way, and the second is using CRT as well, and third is the best way to enter, my favorite way. It is a bit complex, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be easy. Before we start the video, I want to say that I do not sell courses or memberships anywhere else, especially in Telegram. There are people pretending to be me, selling all sort of different things. I do not have any courses or mentorships. I have one Discord where I live trade every day. If you want to join that, there's a link in the description. Alright, this manipulation candle, or the advanced entry. Entering below the open, entering somewhere here. It looks complex, but it really is not. There are 6 ways that I have. The first and the easiest way is entering on what I like to call a true order block. What is an order block? Everyone knows that an order block is the last down close candle before the move higher, right? The last down close candle is what ICT calls an order block. This is an order block, right? But a true order block for me is the last down closing candle that closes below a liquidity pool. So let's take this low as our liquidity pool. The last down closing candle for a bullish order block, obviously. The last down closing candle right here before the move higher is what I like to call a true order block. For a bearish order block, it's the last bullish candle. It's not just the last bullish candle, it's the last bullish candle that closes above the liquidity pool. I'll show some examples right now. This is today's price action, by the way. It's just now, so I like to use this example because I saw this live. This is my liquidity pool, and the last down closing candle is obvious this, but this candle also digs deep and closes below the liquidity pool. It closes, it doesn't wick it, it closes. Once it closes, everyone wants to short because they think this is a market structure shift. And once price closes above it, above the opening price, I do not care about the wick. Sometimes it depends on the order block. If the wick is higher, I want price to close above the wick, but if the wick is small, or it's a medium sized wick, I normally look at the opening price. And the order block, it get tested here or mitigated, and then goes higher. This is what I like to call a true OB, a candle that closes below or above a liquidity pool. The liquidity pool is important, right? Let me show more examples. This is a bearish example. In here, I use this as the liquidity pool, and this is the candle that closes above the liquidity pool. It's a bullish candle that closes above, and then we have another candle here. However, I don't choose this as your true OB. I use this whole candle. It doesn't matter if there's a second candle here. I use this candle because this is the candle that closed above the liquidity pool right here. So I will only use this as an OB once price closes below this, right? And as you can see, we went lower. This is the Solana USDT trade that I'm in right now. This week, Nasdaq has been at all-time high, so the price action is not the best. December as well, and crypto is doing really well, so I'm trading crypto for the past couple of weeks. And this is the Solana trade that I called out on Twitter yesterday. And today, I called out this move right here, this long from here. And I use this as my CRT. I use this as my CRT. It's still going. It would definitely hit this high in a few minutes. And how can I enter exactly here, or how can I enter below the opening price? And I use this as my CRT. let's go to the basics. What is the CRT? This is the CRT. Why? This is the candle that closes below all these lows. So I use this as my CRT, and this is the 11 AM candle, and I would obviously wait for the 12 AM to open up, and I buy below the opening price. My goal is to buy below the opening price of 12 AM, right? And this is your CRT low, and which is also your liquidity pool here. And remember, every CRT should form in a key level. If it's not in a key level, that's not a proper CRT. In here, the key level is the breaker and the true OB, right? So your goal is to enter below the opening price. And I'll mark 12 AM here, because 12 AM is the CRT manipulation candle time, and it goes higher, open, low, close below. Remember, this candle should close below, and as soon as it closes below and it gets engulfed with speed, as soon as you see this, you can enter. You can enter on the OB, or the true order block, which is this. And right now you got an insane entry on the hourly CRT, and obviously you target the 50% first, and then the CRT high, right? And I'll show you how this true OB is way better than your normal average OB. A lot of people can get faked out if they don't use true OBs. If you're not using true OBs, you're missing out. This is your CRT, and it closes below this, and I want to enter right here. Anyways, this example I'm trying to show you is how you can avoid losses by using the true OB, but the time here was 8 AM. Obviously this was 8:55. You would wait till 9 AM to open up. Let's say you're a normal ICT trader who uses a last down close candle as your OB. So as soon as price closes above this, just forget about CRT and everything for now. I'm just comparing the true OB with your normal OB. So as soon as price closes above, you would buy, and you would have your stop below this, right? And you're in profit, and you get stopped out. Why is this? Because you are using the last down close or up close candle as your OB. Avoid using that, and always use the candle that closes below your liquidity pool, right? So this is the candle that closes below this liquidity pool, so you need to use this as your OB. So I would only enter once this high or the opening price gets engulfed, right? That's how I would avoid taking an unnecessary loss in here. And it happens in a bit. So this closes below, this can close below this liquidity pool at 9:30 as well. So you want to enter after 9 AM, which is this. Open, low, closes below, engulfed, and then you buy. And you have your stop on this. And then you'll be in profit. Right? This is why using the true OB is so much better than using your last up close or down close candle. It happens here as well. It happens right here as well. So this is, I entered here as well. I tweeted this out, and for my Discord and me, I entered again on another portion here. This is the liquidity pool I have. This is my key level. Breaker tap. Let me get rid of all this. This is my key level. A key level is really important, and this is my liquidity pool. Closes below, engulfed, I enter here, and I'll have my stop on this. I'll have my stop on this. That is how you use your true OB. The second way of entering is also kind of similar, but you're not using your OB. You're using mini CRT inside your higher time frame CRT. I've actually talked about this before in my first video as well. The second way is using a lower time frame CRT. Lower time frame CRT inside the higher time frame CRT. So let's say this is your hourly CRT. You use a lower time frame, maybe a 5-minute CRT like this. In here you use a lower time frame CRT. Could be a 5, 15, anything. You wait for the 15-minute. This could be your 15-minute. Let's take 15-minute as the example here. The 15-minute could be your accumulation, and the next 15 could be your manipulation, and the next 15 could be your distribution. Right? That's a 3-candle model on the hourly inside this manipulation candle. Right? Lower time frame CRT inside the higher time frame CRT. This is your CRT. Forward chart close below. I use this as my CRT, and I want to enter when the next 4 hour opens lows, swoops this, and then my entry should be below this CRT. So this is the 4 hour CRT. This is the 1 AM candle, and the next candle is the 5 AM candle. So let's take a look at this. Open, low, swoops this, and the third candle goes straight to the CRT high. Right? Let's go to a lower time frame. Let's look at the hourly. This is how you know. So this is your CRT. Right? This is your CRT, and you wait till the next hour to open up, and you look at what it would do. The next hour opens, lows, and closes below this. As soon as this closes below, you wait till the next hour to open, right? So you use this as your accumulation. This is your accumulation. Now you want to wait till the next hour to open inside the higher time frame CRT. So I will also give the time frame alignment for this. For the 4 hour, you need to look at the hourly, and normally you wait till the first candle to do its job, accumulate, and the second to manipulate. Right? That's just how it works. The first candle closes below, and the next candle you want to see an open, low, swoop, and this is your model 1 as well. And in the lower time frames, you'll probably see a model 1 as well, which is this. Perfect. Closes below the liquid pool, your OB, your true OB, close above, you enter. Right? And you are still below the opening price, and then you target the range high or the 50% of the 4 hour CRT that you use. This is the time frame alignment that I use. For the daily, I use a 4 hour lower time frame CRT. For the 4 hour, I use the hourly, and for the 1 hour, I use the 15-minute, and for the 30, I use the 5-minute, and for the 15, I like to use the 5 or sometimes even the 3-minute. Right? These are the time frames. This is the time frame alignment that I like to use, and for the weekly, I like to use a daily. But when it comes to weekly, I think weekly profiles are more important. Right? Even for the weekly, everyone knows that the higher the lower the week gets created on a Tuesday. So what's the third way of entering? The third way of entering is actually the turtle soup. Right? What does this mean? Yeah, everything is a turtle soup. Everything is sweeping this, sweeping that. But no. The best and the proper way of entering is using a turtle soup. Obviously, everything is a turtle soup. But not a lot of people know what an actual turtle soup is. Right? Everyone thinks it's when it sweeps a low or a high. Obviously, that is what it is. But actually entering on a turtle soup is you have a proper stop loss. Right? Let's say this is your stop loss, and your goal is to enter as close as you can towards the stop. So this is a turtle soup. You have a proper stop that validates your trade or validates your turtle soup. So your goal is to identify what that stop loss is, and I will explain how you manage to know the exact stop to your turtle soup, which a lot of people don't know. Let's say this is your doll and you're entering on this, right? This is your turtle soup. let's say this is your turtle soup. You entering on this turtle soup and having a 10 fixed point stop loss is not how you actually enter on turtle soups, right? Which is how a lot of people enter on turtle soups. They have a fixed stop loss, 10 points, 20 points, 15 points, whatever it is. This is not the correct way of actually entering on the turtle soup, right? For you to enter, you need to have a proper stop that you believe would not be taken, right? So you have your stop loss on this, and your goal is to enter as close as you can into your stop. You have faith in your stop loss and not on 10 handles or 15 handles or a fixed amount of handles. That's just not how it works, right? How do you know what to use as your stop loss? So the best way for me to explain this is using it, having your stop above or below your key level, right? But Enigma, if you use a stop above or below a key level, the stop is going to be huge. Not really. A lot of people don't know how to use the exact stop, right? I'll teach you how it's done. Depending on the key, it's a bit different, because depending on the key level, the stop loss gets bigger or smaller, right? So normally your stop loss needs to be either a turtle soup, a previous turtle soup, right? A previous turtle soup, or a high or a low that's tagged in a key level, right? Or your key level itself, right? Let me show you some examples. Okay, let's say you want to enter here, right? On this turtle soup. If this is where you want to enter, you need to choose the proper key level, right? In here, which is the OB or FEG. You can see that there's a turtle soup here, right? A stop hunt. So your stop loss is this. This is your stop loss, right? This is your stop loss. So you enter as soon as these lows get turtle souped, and you enter here, and your stop is on the key level, which is also a turtle soup. And as soon as you see the model 1 getting activated, you can have your stop on this. Your range or your turtle soup always looks better on the lower time frames, right? Let's say you want to enter on this FEG turtle soup in this small low on a lower time frame. This low looks way better. Your goal here is to choose the right key level, right? There's a FEG here and there's a breaker here as well, right? So I don't want price to go below this FEG low, right? Once this gets displaced through, or once this gets disrespected, my long bias could possibly be wrong, right? So you know exactly where to put your stop on, right? There's no need for price to disrespect this break and this FEG if we are truly bullish. So, right, as soon as this gets tapped, I enter, and with model 1, I have my stop below this, right? Straight to my door. Your goal truly is choosing the right key level on the lower time frames, right? It's normally in the lower time frames, right? This looks like a proper key level for you to take a long from. So you go to the lower time frames, and it's about precision, right? It's not about just entering on the key level and knowing it would work, right? So you use this as your key level. There's a FEG, 2 FEGs, breaker, and there's no need for price to go below this FEG, because this is a breakaway gap. There's 2 FEGs and a breaker block. This would act as a breakaway gap, and price, there's no need for price to tap this, right? So as soon as you see this, you have this as your stop, because there's so many clustered PD arrays here that price needs to tap into this and go higher, right? If not, you're probably wrong on your bias, right? Which can happen, which can happen to anyone, right? So, and as soon as model 1 gets activated, you have your stop on the low. Turtle soup. So turtle soup, model 1, which is OB /FEG, and second is breaker, third is OTE, and fourth is kiss of death. right? The 4 entries you can take in this order, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So everyone knows the order: turtle soup, model 1, and here's this is the model 1, breaker, OTE, kiss of death. One other way of knowing where to keep your stop is if there's SMT here, but that SMT should be a high probable SMT, because I really don't like SMTs. Let's say there was SMT here, and then you can have your stop on this as well. So if this is high probable SMT, right, you can have your stop on this as well. Today obviously we're not going to be talking about SMTs. There are so many ways to know exactly what SMTs you use, what are high probability, what are low probability, and the best way to know what is high probability using time, right? Alright, now you guys know how you can have your stop loss on the key level. Now let's talk about ITLs and ITH, intermediate term highs and intermediate term lows. These can be used for your turtle soups, and these can also be used for your stop loss as well. So you're predicting the failure swing almost. Let's take this example from last week. So different people have different definitions of ITHs and ITLs. What I like to call ITLs or intermediate term highs, what I like to call intermediate term highs or lows, are lows or highs that gets tapped into a key level, right? So let's say this is your leg. So let's say this is your leg, right? And if it's tapped this OB and then goes, right, this is your ITL, right? So if this OB gets tapped, this is your ITL. So once we soup this, or once price comes back, maybe there's SMT, you can use this as your stop loss. So let's say this is FVG, this is your ITL. You can trade the failure swing, or if there could be SMT or turtle soup, right? But now we are using the ITL as your stop loss. So in this example, this is your liquidity pool, and this is the low that is getting turtle souped, right? And when you enter on this, your stop loss is this. So this is your stop loss, right? Because it's the last low that tapped a key level, which is the FVG, right? This is a really good way of entering on your turtle soups as well. Having the last low or high that gets tapped in a key level, right? So this is a good example. So this is another small example for you. Not the best example, but you can see this high gets tapped into this FVG, and also true OB. There's also a true OB. Liquidity pool closes above the liquidity pool, and then the next candle or the candle after closes below the opening price. True OB gets activated, and this FVG as well. Tap into this FVG, go lower, right? And we come back, tapping into this, and you can enter here, having a stop on this, right? And it goes lower, right? This is how you enter on turtle soups, right? And now you guys know how to enter with the proper stop loss, right? Which there are millions of videos on turtle soups that I've never seen a video explaining how you enter on the turtle soup and where to have your stop loss on. If this is your CRT, this is your key level, right? This gets tapped, but you don't enter on this. Why? This is your CRT. You enter on the next candle. The next candle opens, lows, turtle soups this, which is also your liquidity pool. This low is your liquidity pool, right? You always need to have a liquidity pool in your trades, right? A turtle soup, obviously. So you always have to, obviously you're not going to enter on this candle, even though it taps the key level. You're not going to enter on this on this candle. Even though this candle taps the key level, you're not going to enter on this, because you know CRT, this closes below this. You wait for the next candle to open up, open low, you enter below the opening price, below the low, in here. Now you can confidently enter, because you now have a proper stop, right? That's the difference. Now you have a proper stop, so you can exactly enter with time, right? In this, time is just the open low, right? Open low, time is right, on the key level with a proper stop, right? And that's as precise as you can get, right? Right. And now I will show you an example on the Solana USDT trade that I gave away for free yesterday, right? And by the way, this hourly high got tapped. This, I called it live exactly here on Twitter. You can go and see Enigma TBP, but I knew exactly where to take my entry from, right? And I had an exact SL as well, and I knew this weeks before, and I actually planned this trade weeks before, right? I've gave this a week before the actual move even happened on my Discord. So what is your key level? This is my key level. What is your liquidity pool? But what was my liquidity pool? This was my liquidity pool, right? And my key level gets tapped here as well, right? Barely. It taps here as well. I could have entered here. I could have easily entered on this and have my stop on this. I would have still made money, right? But it's all about precision here, right? That's what I preach, right? Precision is knowing when to execute, right? This is where to execute. This is when to execute, right? This is time, right? This is where to execute your high time frame key level, right? And if I go back, and I'm not just using bar replay and explaining this, right? I have signaled all this on my Twitter for everyone to see, and this is what I use for my CRT, right? CRT lets you know when to execute, right? This is the CRT low, right? This is the CRT low, and this is the CRT high, right? There's no reason for me to enter on this candle. I would obviously wait for the next candle, which is a Tuesday. Tuesdays are high, probably low or high of weeks, right? That's one of my confluences, right? And I wait till the next candle to open low, and then I enter, right? But let's look at the hourly, right? On Tuesday, right? This is Tuesday, right? This is a really good example because all three of those, I could have used any of the three steps that I explained today, the three of the ways, and I could have entered on this, right? This is Tuesday, midnight, open, low, and we close below this, close below, and the next candle swoops it, right? Next candle swoops it. This is my lower time frame CRT inside the higher time frame CRT. What's the first way I taught you guys is the true OB, which is this, close below the liquidity pool, true OB. I could have entered here and have my stop on this, right? Or this is my manipulation candle, second candle, or I can use this as the CRT and enter at 9 a.m. when it opens low, turtle swoop this. I could have entered here as well, or I could have just entered when price was close to my stop loss, right? Which is the third way. So all three ways were explained on this one small trade, which is why it's a good example, right? And we just go higher from there, right? The daily CRT gets tapped, cool, right? And it comes lower, right, on the hourly time frame as well. Another CRT play, which I explained before as well. This is as precise as you can get. A small recap of everything I taught. Always you need to wait for the second candle, right? You can enter on the true OB or a lower time frame CRT inside the higher time frame CRT, right? This is the CRT, but you're entering on this candle, right? Or the third way, the best way, my favorite way, knowing exactly where to put your stop loss, right? And this is as precise as you can get. And with the turtles and the third and the final way, the turtle swoop way, there are so many things that I did not talk about today. I can talk about that for hours and hours. I just don't have enough time to talk about it, right? There are many ways. Maybe in future videos I can talk about it. And this is the end of this video, and I hope you guys learned something new. And let me know whether you guys found this useful, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this and what you want to know from me in the future, right? Any more video ideas, anything that you guys want to know. And all socials link in bio, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.